Start. This is the second game between Elunes and Neckbreak, the score being 1-0. Neckbreak has managed to bag a win on that one. So we're still waiting for these guys. I'm sorry, the mic has some issues. Still waiting for them to start here, and we are live on Twitch. This is Zach7 in the commentary box. I'm gonna take this one solo cast. Still into the waiting lobby. They have not yet started. And what it seems is that we are in for a very exciting match this second game. Not really all of the players are not. I'll be back in a moment, okay? Still waiting for them to start. So they have not yet begun, and I think it's in the draft stage. We'll go on this. All right. Voice आ रहा है क्या चेक करने को बोलो. So into the draft stage right now, and the second draft, Team Elunes will have to trade carefully, because if they lose this one, then they are out of the winner bracket, and then they will be fighting for the position number 3. So that is something that they want to look for. They want to look to back this one, so the game could be kept on going, and then we'll have a third match. But if Neckbreak manages to win this as well, then they are proceeding to the final straight, and they will be competing against Bad Excuse, who has won their bracket. I think we will be having another match to really determine which is the second team that's going to the finals, because I think the winner of the loser bracket and the loser of the winner bracket will be competing, while the winner of the winner bracket is going straight to the finals. So the winner of this team, I think, will go to the final straight, while there will be another match to determine which is the second team that's going to be in the finals as well. It's kind of a double elimination setup. First pick, Gyrocopter coming in from Neckbreak, and very bold move to make. They've gone for the first core pick, while Team Elunes has taken care that the Bounty Hunter as well as the Leshrac are banned from the game. And so with this, the Storm Spirit and Winter Wyvern has been banned by Neckbreak. They do not want that Winter to get in that curse early, so possibly banning all the AoE nuisance that could be something that threatens them. Team Elunes possibly picking up a Cheka and a Spirit Breaker. Oh, that's huge. Looking at an offlane Spirit Breaker, in all probability he's never going to be in his lane, that's for sure. We'll see a lot of roaming from both of these heroes, and they are expected to provide a good support all around. Spirit Breaker most definitely will go for good hitting items, but you can say his role is nothing more than a roaming support, because he's going to make sure that charges are coming through all through the game on the Gyrocopter if possible, and those stunts are going to be really useful, the 17% bashes. And a Tusker has been picked by Neckbreak, and that's a huge pick. Both the teams are going really YOLO on their draft, I'd say. Having aggressive lineups is going to help them a lot, I think. This game is something they want to go for right at the mid game. That is the point they are targeting right now with this kind of draft. The co-op has been taken out by Neckbreak, a smart move to make, since Radiant could go for an all snowball draft with this kind of heroes in them. And Wind Ranger has been banned. Wind Runner has been banned by Team Elunes. So what I think is that the Neckbreak really want to end this game early enough, but their draft seems to speak otherwise, because Gyrocopter, even though he has good presence early game as well, but he's something that you want to take it with you later into the game with that BKB as well as the flak cannon working through, and your well-timed ultimates providing the excellent slow as well as the damage, all combined with the Walrus Punch, giving you lot of good team fights. And Radiant is gonna be a bit troubled later into the game, because Split Breaker will cease to be of any use if he gets ganked quite a lot, or if his ganks fail, because levels is all that he needs to keep going. If you don't have levels on a Spirit Breaker, then you don't have a Spirit Breaker. It's just a mad cow running around the map. So you want to make sure that there are a lot of levels on the Spirit Breaker and decent enough items. I'm not really stressing on the farm here. The roaming is all that he can do. Earthshaker here as Earthshaker, the job Earthshaker is going to do is he's going to provide good support stun from all sides. He has 4 spells that are all heavily reliant on what he does best, that is stun enemies, and I think Earthshaker is going to be the make or break for them right now. Good Echo Slams could mean good team fights, and you can pick them off really well. So Templar Assassin as well as the Klings picked up. So in all probability we are looking at what seems like 3 core picks, and if you include the Earthshaker as a middle hero, that's 4 core picks. But in all probabilities we are looking at a support Earthshaker and an offlane Spirit Breaker. Might be a mid Klings or a Templar mid. No argument in that. Templar is a very good mid. We could see a Klings dual laning probably. That's the new meta, I think, dual lanes. So Klings could be in the safe lane with what I suppose is a support pick coming in from Elunes. They have banned the techies apparently, because since the Tusk was picked, that was a plausible pickup for a Neckbreak. But since they got that Tusk early in and they got a Viper after that, I think they just tricked them into picking techies, because Tusk overall is a very good hero also, in fact, without the techies, if you ask me. And they've got a Dazzle out there. So the Shallow Graves are going to make sure Gyrocopter delivers every last ounce of damage from his rocket barrage as well as the flak cannon, no matter how low he is. Even the Viper is going to make sure he kills someone, at least 2 or 3 of them before he dies. And all in all, we are going to see a lot of healing as well as armor buffs and debuffs from the Dazzle. Excellent, good hero to pick in front of 3 heroes that are going to deal primarily physical damage. Spirit Breaker, if you ignore the ultimate, is going to deal you physical damage as well. And considering the tankiness he gets, if he gets an armlet or items like that, if he's going to be offlane, so Dazzle is a good pickup. You could heavily reduce his armor or buff the armor of your teammates to prevent the melt strikes really hurting you, or even the searing arrows from Klings. Bane has been banned, while Neckbreak have taken care of Phantom Lance as well as Witch Doctor, because since the Witch Doctor ban has come through, they are really relying on the team snowballs from the Tusk, because that's going to be a real nuisance if the Witch Doctor was picked. And the Neckbreak really know that Elunes are looking for a 5th support pick. So this pick would be very crucial for Elunes and could be the building base of their strategy. Because right now what they have is 4 sheepish heroes which loosely rely on each other in combat. But a good support pick in the end could mean a lot for them. Enigma, that I was just going to predict that Enigma is going to be picked, because this all in all makes it a very good team fight potential for Team Elunes right there, with that black hole coming through, followed through by the Earthshaker Echo Slam. You could see good charges around the map, as well as giving Templar a lot of space as well as opportunity to hit those side blades. And Templar is an AoE hero as well if positioned correctly. So that's gonna mean a lot. Klings, on the other hand, could be given space to farm, because he doesn't necessarily need to be present in ganks. Heroes like Earthshaker and Templar could take care of 2 heroes at once. So he's not going to be necessarily present in ganks. We could look at a split pushing Klings, or maybe even continuously farming, getting that Orchid as well as the MKB in. Probably we could be seeing a faster MKB, probably a crit item first. You never know what new metas these tournament games bring. So for all you guys who have tuned in just now, it's Zach Sun from the commentary box, and we are looking at game 2 of Team Elunes versus Neckbreak. This is the second game in the winner bracket. So if the score is 1-0 already, so if Neckbreak wins this one, then probably they are heading straight to the finals. If Elunes wins this one, then we'll have a third match which will determine who heads to the finals, while who plays for another chance to stay in this wonderful tournament, Rage Quit Cup Season 3. The agony of split push. Still waiting for a final pick from them, and Crystal Maiden has been picked, and this is the draft here, right here. So this is what I think is the final draft for them, and our official sponsors BenQ Monitor for Champions. Our gaming gear partner is Raid Force, while our gaming hardware partners is Gigabyte, and we are looking for a really exciting match here, the final match, that is Team Elunes and Neckbreak. So GLGL HFHF. And a lot of advanced aggressive, both the teams are gonna meet each other head on right in the Radiant jungle, and Radiant jungle. So we are probably both the teams are gonna meet each other head on. This is going to be one hell of a fight. Probably looking at 2 to 3 kills, but now Radiant decides to back off, and they have split into 2 parts. Actually, they are they looking to sandwich them between both of the players? We have no chance on the Klings right here from Team Elunes, and there's a lot of heavy pinging apparently from the Crystal Maiden here. Still waiting for that rune. Probably gonna secure the Dire team, while the Radiant go for the top rune. Elunes really not wanting any kind of first blood opportunities here, since I think early game Tusk has a very good combo. If you get that snowball in with the gyrocopter, he's gonna have that barrage up, so that's gonna mean easy first blood for Team Neckbreak, and that is something that Elunes don't want to give. Already they are playing with their hearts in their hand, because if they lose this, then they are going out from the tournament. That is, they are fighting for a second chance. It's not going out exactly. Still fighting for a second chance. They could have a chance at winning this in one go itself, not really want to compete in another game. So we have Frenzy on the Templar Assassin, and also gonna see a bit of trouble for last hitting for Frenzy here, because the Viper is gonna make sure she is harassed from her lane, and we have Crowley on the Viper here. A good mid player, very good mid player in from India. Most of you guys know him already. So that's a beautiful stun from the fissure from the Viper Checker, but not really doing his job. The Viper escapes, easily gonna rotate. So a bit of a friendly flame coming in from chat from Crowley. Not really getting all the last hits. The gyrocopter is probably leading with 5 last hits here and 3 denies, and closely followed by, what is surprising is the Spirit Breaker, who's probably going to be offlaning against the Tusk, so is not going to have much of trouble getting farm in against the Tusk. While bottom lane will be seeing a try lane with what seems that Dazzle is just staying at the rune spots, really securing the runes for his team. Gonna take them anyways. And we are looking at a Klings that's solo and an Enigma jungle, while the Earthshaker is roaming. So all the 3 lanes for Elunes are solo. That's gonna be good in terms of HP, not so good in terms of farm, but nothing seems to be amiss for both of them. Klings getting all the farm he needs, so is the Spirit Breaker. So good laning phase for them. Viper harassing Templar Assassin from the lane, and I think is it gonna be first blood? Yes, it is, and Viper gets a first blood on Frenzy. That was a very straightforward kill at mid, and I think that there was no rotation from Team Elunes. I think that's really bad gameplay. You need, if enemy hero is extending so much, you really need to have some kind of rotation from your team. The supports are supposed to come in and give you a hand or something. Meanwhile, Klings is simply gonna go invisible. There's a sentry ward that's planted. It's a beautiful ward by Crystal Maiden there, and she's gonna stun him, but he's gonna live through that. Probably not having enough damage, lagged the gyrocopter over there. He could have helped them with the rocket barrage. He's too busy farming, not much harm done. Klings was probably harassed from his lane. And these wards from Neckbreak are gonna be tough for the Klings to work through. Look at the vision that this observer ward provides. And the sentry ward is going to make sure that any tactics from the Klings to escape from the clutches of Crystal Maiden as well as the Dazzle are going to be in vain. Earthshaker is still roaming, and he seems to lack a lot of experience or as well as farm. We have Zidisborg.msi on the Elunes. So Zidisborg is going to be playing the Earthshaker today. He's got his enchant totem up right now. It's level 2. Viper sitting smugly on that first blood and now just harassing the Templar out of lane. She's having a hard time laning against this Viper. Then again, every Templar has a hard time laning against the Viper. So look at the advance that the Gyrocopters actually made. They are almost with the embrace of tier 1 of Team Elunes, and things are really turning up good for them. Early game they got a bit of a decent farm. Still early, just 2 minutes into the game. So this is a beautiful fissure, and Enigma is gonna come through. So the Viper is gonna find himself in trouble, and meanwhile there's a TP from Dazzle who's gonna heal him instantly. 3 people couldn't gang the Viper out there. He has 2 levels in corrosive skin, and that is what makes him so strong. I think a regeneration rune is gonna be spotted, which is probably gonna go to the Viper if I'm not mistaken. Or will the Dazzle take it? He's gonna take it because Viper has enough tangos to regenerate. Not gonna be trouble for him. Beautiful fissure from the Earthshaker. What? Okay, he's gonna die. I think he just threw that one, didn't he? He had ample of time to actually back off instead of going greedily for that kill, but Crowley is gonna fall right here, and Frenzy very happy to get that kill in. That salve was popped on time. Make sure he lives. We can see, since the fear that Elunes has of losing, this is a bash stun from the Spirit Breaker. He's going to charge in on the Tusk, but or teleport from the Viper tells him otherwise to retreat, and that's the wise option to make. Meanwhile, Templar Assassin will actually benefit from the advance the TP from the Viper, and is going to push the lane, probably get a lot of free farm. Going to get this entire wave to herself. Look at the way she clears the creeps with her refraction charges, and Viper is going to return to lane. Does not have ultimate, but he's just gonna orb walk, and a fissure from the Earthshaker will stop his ruthless advance. So really tense for both the teams right here. And in terms of last hits and denies, we have 33 last hits on the Gyrocopter, followed by 26 last hits on the Spirit Breaker, and 25 on the Viper. So very good, not really appreciative, but Gyrocopter has decent farm. He does have, exactly. He has 3 in the rocket barrage and 2 in the flak cannon. He's had his threats complete in 6 minutes. That's really good. And invisibility rune down bottom. So talking about the wards, this ward right here from Team Radiant is going to make sure that they see any kind of advance that's going to come through Neckbreak, and this ward is going to probably prevent any kinds of ganks that the Viper might be planning on the mid lane, that is a Templar Assassin, or they could have an advance right here or this way. It could be anyways. This ward is going to help them right there. The ward from the Dire, however, makes sure that they have... meanwhile, there's a fight at the mid lane, and Templar is going to be in trouble, going to fall easy prey to the Dazzle heals as well as the right clicks from Viper, mainly to the Viper. And there was a charge there on the Crystal Maiden, but Spirit Breaker knows better otherwise to charge on a support who's under the shade of a Dazzle as well as a tier 1 tower this early into the game. Viper is very dominant in his lane, and Templar Assassin has lost his lane. I think this is the second game where Frenzy has had a bit of trouble in laning against Crowley here. So I think he was just counterpicked on this game because it's quite heavy damage from the Viper, and as an overall hero, Viper any day defeats a Templar Assassin at mid lane. So that's going to be a bit of a trouble. With good, I think, rotations they could have expected. Meanwhile, the Spirit Breaker is in trouble. He is going to TP out, and there's a beautiful fissure from the Earthshaker, making sure that the Spirit Breaker lives through this one. So this is something. Meanwhile, there's a kill that Gyrocopter got on the Enigma. I think this is the fight where we missed it, right here, and we missed that kill while we were looking at the Spirit Breaker over there. Enigma falls, and he has a soul ring and a boots. This stack, it's a 1. Let's look at it. 2, 3. So there's 3 stacks from there. It's gonna be 4. No, it isn't. TPs from there. The Tusk is gonna snowball on the Spirit Breaker. Is he in trouble? Yes, there is the Walrus Punch. The gyrocopter is following him, probably looking at a rocket barrage, but he's gonna get stunned by the, and this is ultimate from the Spirit Breaker. A beautiful turn of gameplay, and Enigma is gonna live through this one. He has a soul ring and a black hole ready. Will he be popping that? No, he won't. He's gonna fall, and the Grave from the Dazzle is gonna make sure he lives for some time, but he's gonna be dead as well. No, he isn't. I think he's in the same team. Meanwhile, there's a charge from the Spirit Breaker. He doesn't want to let this go through. It's a double kill for the Spirit Breaker now, and he's gonna fall. The gyrocopter, this beautiful immortal coming through. He has his flak cannon up. Nope, Earthshaker is gonna live through this one. The Crystal Maiden is following the Earthshaker. 2 seconds for the Crystal Nova, and he's gonna TP out, but gonna be dead probably. While Crystal Maiden uses the first skill on him, the Crystal Nova. Meanwhile, Viper continuing the harass that is putting in on the Templar, is really struggling with the last hitting as well as staying alive in the lane. There's a TP from Dazzle, probably looking at an aggressive rotation or right out here, and he's gone there. He's gonna ward. I think he has a ward up. He's gonna ward. Is it going to be spotted because the 2 is going to be reduced to 1 when the Spirit Breaker charges? It's going to notice him. What ward? Yes, he will ward the Ancients there, and this pinging from the Earthshaker that makes sure that he's warded the Ancients. The Spirit Breaker is going to get this kill. 7 seconds, 17% only. So this is going to be, I think, this is the highlight of the game. 17% only, and that the bashes are really gonna be unlimited. There's a charge on the Viper, and he's unaware of it. Caught between 3 people. Is it a good place to stay? No, it isn't. He's gonna get slowed, and easy pick off by Team Elunes. That Melt Strike makes sure that Crowley is going to fall prey to the clutches of Templar Assassin, and a much needed vendetta. The Templar gets the kill on him. Meanwhile, Crystal Maiden takes care of Kling's. I missed that one, I think. I'm sorry about that. So 10 minutes into the game, the score is 6-7 right now, and Elunes not really winning, but they have a good grip on the game. And this early into the game, you cannot really say anything. It's kind of tight. There's no control of both the teams over each other. No one is dominating each other, you can say. It's quite balanced. Klings, however, seems to struggle with his farm. He's gone for a soul ring right here. Has 2 tangos yet left. This shows that he only has his brown board, so 10 minutes hard carry. Not good farm, not at all. We are looking at something, are we here? The Spirit Breaker is going to charge just stop. Meanwhile, this heavy pinging. Look at the rotation. The Tusk has his invisibility rune, and Enigma is going to be in trouble. This wall response as man is a freeze, and instant Crystal Nova means instant death. Templar now going to avenge his friend, and Melt Strike coming in on the Tusker. He's not going to live through this one. Enigma gets that kill actually with the minions that he spawned. So we have a Spirit Breaker charging in on the Tusker, which is going to be transferred to the creeps. So Crystal Maiden is going to be lucky enough to live through this one, because if the Spirit Breaker is charged on her, he would probably have had his ulti up there by then, and then CM would have been dead anyway. So exactly, this camp here is warded by the Dire team, which pretty much makes sure that they really know. This camp is blocked. I'm sorry about that. I was just occupied with right clicking. There's a charge on the Viper now, and he's gonna be in a lot of trouble. Not gonna live through this, is he now? Oh my god, is the corrosive skin gonna carry him through this? What is that? Will he wait for another charge to come through? He knows better. There was no rotation, no TP. Spirit Breaker should have actually gone not further. And Viper lives through that one. Look at the corrosive skin effect on that one. And now Templar is going to be caught farming the Ancients and going to fall easy prey to Team Neckbreak here. 4 people ganking them, and Gyrocopter is going to take care of what's left of the Ancients. And there's a charge by the Spirit Breaker. So he's going to get frozen as well. There's an ultimate from the Gyrocopter there. Anyway, will we see a black hole? There's no mana for a black hole. No, we won't. He's going to die. Killing spree for him. Spirit Breaker is going to fall as well. We're looking at a Crystal Maiden ulti, which is not really very successful, but end up managing to take the kill. The Tusker doing the last hitting work. Meanwhile, Cheka is going to fissure them. But is it a good thing to give away a position when 3 people of your team are dead, and Klings is not going to be helping him anyway? They decide otherwise. There's a regeneration rune that the Tusk will be securing with his bottle, and this is something that he's quite happy about, the Tusker. We have 835 Katka on the Tusker. The spelling of Katka is wrong. Viper is going to be content with the mechanism that is making, and it's going to come up pretty soon enough now. I think needs 100 more gold to get that up and running. 14-minute mech probably. Tusk has gone for boots. Okay, so there's something in his courier. Yep, he's going to complete his threads, and we look at the items on these guys. So we have a power threads, a ring of Aquila, a bottle, a magic wand, as well as a band of elven skin on the Templar assassin. There's a charge, so we'll look at this right out here. There's a charge from the spirit breaker. He's just charging like crazy, and now he's going to cancel his advance. There's a lot of pinging there. I think the initial charge was meant on the dazzle, but when he spotted the Viper alongside him, he changed his mind. There was no backup from his team ready. Even Enigma doesn't have a TP, nor does the Earthshaker, so it was wise to not go for that kill over there because he would have died anyway. So Spirit Breaker cancels that charge. There's a bounty rune there. I think it's they're waiting for someone to secure it. And so middle tower tier 1 is looking in trouble while Templar Assassin takes it down with the refraction charges. The Spirit Breaker is all but ready to take care of this, and meanwhile a snowball from the Tusk as well. The Crystal Maiden completely frozen. There's a fissure from the Earthshaker. He has his Echo Slam. There's a ultimate from the Gyrocopter, and there's an ultimate carnage in the battlefield. We are looking at the barrage from the Gyrocopter, and a beautiful weave from the Dazzle makes sure that all of his team lives except the Crystal Maiden, whose sad demise has made their whole team sad. But they have managed to take 3 people of the Elunes. Templar has fallen, so has the Earthshaker and the Spirit Breaker. Good initiation from them, but a timely weave, shadow weave from the Dazzle, which made sure that his team lives. He did not use the weave particularly. I think primarily because all of the damage dealers, physical damage dealers from Team Elunes were dead. All they could fear was probably the Spirit Breaker, but then again, was there to fear if you're looking at a very good lineup from NB right here? So the Viper itself speaks for itself. You have a very good tanky hero at mid, so you don't need to fear anyway. And to make up for the tanky, the damage dealing part, they have gone for that Tusk, who's going to make sure he deals a lot of damage in a single burst with that Walrus Punch. The Neckbreak have their own ancient camp stacked, talk about, and they have made sure that Elunes doesn't stack their camp with that sentry ward over there. Smart gameplay from them. They are going to get their hands on another stack, so the Gyrocopter is going to be very happy. He has the regen rune over there. Okay, the rune was denied. This regen rune was denied by the Enigma. We have Virus on the Enigma from Team Elunes. He's a support, I think, position 4 player. Meanwhile, there's a rocket barrage on the Templar. Is he going to live there? He has a refraction in 7 seconds, but the whole of Neckbreak is on chasing the Templar assassin who's in the mill striker. Dust will make sure that he doesn't live, and Tusk take care of Frenzy, who's had a hard time at mid lane, although he made a good comeback later into the game, but right now he's struggling with his farm. Probably going for a Yasha, a smart choice to make. You don't really have that kind of money to save up for a Blink Dagger, and you're expecting a lot of quick deaths in between, so smart enough to go for Yasha, and then get that Manta in. Good move speed, good stats, so all in all a very good item to go for. So Courier is gonna fall, and 1600 worth of cargo was lost for Team Elunes. They are struggling without a courier now, and the Kling's really unhappy with it because his items were in the courier, I'd say. Exactly. The courier has a recipe for Yasha for the Viper, and a Yasha for the Gyrocopter right here. Okay, this means dash. They're not gonna call it. Ancients. Gyrocopter is going to farm the Ancients here, and Enigma has a Hand of Midas. All of them are making a Yasha this game. It's quite surprising. I'm not going to question it though. The Viper's Yasha is going to come through. Probably looking at a lot of Mantas in this game. Probably the Gyrocopter could go for a Sanjin Yasha. Hands down, that's a very good item, especially if you're winning. Templar going to bottle up the 8-minute rune. There you go. While Tusk is going to bottle up the haste rune right here. And while the Neckbreak are gonna go for tier 2 bottom, Elunes are gonna go for top actually. Let's see if they trade towers or someone comes up to defend. Spirit Breaker gets a charge in on, I think, no one. He's gonna retreat. They're not gonna go for the tower. Ultimate from the Gyrocopter just to push this wave, making space for them as their teams get the tier 2. Templar is gonna advance. That's not a very smart choice to make. You don't have your team over there. Okay, the Tusk was in a bit of trouble, but the Dazzle comes in, and now the Tusk is complete YOLO mode. He has his Tusker Punch in 4, 3, 2, 1. The Grave not really required at this point. Okay, he missed that Tusker Punch as Spirit Breaker charges away. And not a single black hole we have seen here, and sadly this is not the time we'll see it once again. Virus falls, not on the top of his game today. He has his Midas, his Blink is going to come up soon, but not a single black hole we have seen. I think, at least I have not seen. I think I missed it. No, not really. I really hope that there has not been a single black hole, because if there was, it wasn't noteworthy. Never seen it on cooldown even once. So 816 is the score. Elunes and Neckbreak. In the commentary box with you, Zack 7. Klings is gonna get nuked down by the Viper as well as the Crystal Maiden. That Dust is gonna pay for its price with 364 gold that goes to Viper, and the rest of it to the Crystal Maiden. Klings really struggling with his farm right here. Also the courier died with a lot of cargo worth, 1500 cargo worth. So Klings, a really bad day for him today. Gyrocopter takes the tier 1 tower out there and heading for the tier 2 straight, while Viper is heading for the tier 2 as well. Neckbreak really dominating once again in this game. 17% only stuns coming in, and ultimate is gonna live through it because they don't have that. Fissure is very bad. Meanwhile there's a Grave and ultimate from the Gyrocopter, while a mega kill streak for the Tusker. 2 people from the Elunes fall, and that Fissure is gonna pay for its own price. Viper's gonna TP out to safety, not gonna fall here, while Klings is gonna farm. They have the courier up, and no chance has, I think, a Mithril Hammer. What it seems to me is he's going for a Maelstrom. No, not really. Could be a Desolator in all probabilities, or a Black King Bar. So going for that bounty rune over there. Not really sure what the activities could mean here. Alright, the sigil has been popped, and Roshan is the new target for Neckbreak. Let's just hope that Elunes doesn't see it, otherwise we'll see another team fight. For all our viewers, let's just hope that Elunes see it, so we could be part of another interesting team fight. We want to see a 5-man black hole, because that is something that the Enigma really needs to get through, at least at the Roshan point. When you're farming so much, you really want to come up with good gameplay for your team. So that's it. And Aegis has been picked up by the Viper over there. Templar is going to farm the Ancients. Let's look at the gold per minute over here. 589 gold GPM on the Gyrocopter. That's really huge. He has his Sanj and Yasha. As I said, he's going for his SNY. It's a very good item. Probably providing with you with a lot of stats as well as the meme chance and extra move speed. It's more than welcome for the Gyrocopter. Just an icing on the cake. There's a magic wand up there, and he's going for a Black King Bar, which is almost ready. I'd say it's in the courier, isn't it? No, it's almost ready. Smoke coming in from the NB. They are really smugly sitting on that Aegis, and they are not afraid to extend. I think the Aegis is on the Viper, who is pushing mid happily, and is going to continue pushing mid. They don't even need him in ganks. So look at that advance that NB has gotten in, but Templar is going to just be safe. Going to TP out to base just in time, and Gyro ulti is wasted, not really wasted, you can say. Very less CD on the ultimate. So Viper is going to be retreating to a safe distance. Probably going to farm the neutral camps up there, which was probably blocked a minute ago, and just got cleared up the sentry bot by their own team. We have 13.3k net worth on the Gyrocopter, closely followed by the Viper. Meanwhile, there's a ball on from the Tusker on the caves. I think they are just clearing the creep waves. Probably looking at a tier 2 tower that's been taken down by the gyrocopter ruthlessly, and it falls to them. Elunes has no chance but to give it to them. And speaking of no chance, we are looking at no chance. He's got his Desolator up. Looking at Rat Bruta, no chance here probably. So got his strafe up as well, 3 points in that. And he's gonna be split pushing for Elunes because that is the only way they can make up for anything that they have lost in this game. It's 8-19 and Neckbreak seem to be dominating this game as well. So the Viper really doing a very great job. He's gone for an Aghanim Scepter, not really completing his Manta style, going for an Axe first. It's a wise pickup as well, since you could continuously spam your ultimate using the Aghanim Scepter. Lowest net worth right now is on the Earthshaker, who's really struggling with. He's gotten off very good fissures, but some of them were bad as well. So ZD's bug is not really on the top of his game today, you could say. But life-saving fissures, of course, we see them in good in a good Earthshaker, and ZD's bug is a very good Earthshaker, trust me. As his wards up, as a smoker ready to look out for probable ganks. Opening up is Templar Assassin, putting pressure on the tier 2 for Team Elunes, while Neckbreak are really gonna make sure that they get this tier 2, isn't it? The Viper is moving in and we are looking at a fight. There's a Glimmer Cape from the Crystal Maiden who's chasing the Storm Spirit. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Chasing the Templar Assassin. And Enigma is gonna just teleport out back to tier 3. Looking at Blinkson from the Tusker, who's gonna snowball. He's gonna use all of his skills to his advantage while pushing the lane. It's gonna deal a hell lot of damage. Still waiting for a beautiful black hole to come in from Enigma. I'm gonna go invisible and whew. Long game today, 25 minutes into the game, and 8-19 is the score in the commentary box. Is Zach7 with you guys, and 15k net worth. The gyrocopter is smugly sitting on his 15k net worth, has a Black King bar of 14k gold to spare. Look at the buyback status on these guys. If this fight ends up badly for the Elunes, Templar has a buyback, and Klings has one, so does the Earthshaker, so does the Spirit Breaker, but the Enigma doesn't have one. His only job is to give us a beautiful black hole. His Midas is off cooldown, should be using it probably. Is he in a very risky position? Yes, he is the target to Gyrocopter's missile, and Viper is just ruthlessly pushing the lane. He has his mechanism up. He doesn't really need to be afraid of anything. Will they pop a black hole? Enigma will try everything to stop this advance from the Viper, but he's gonna just get back safely. I think they are content with what they got off from this. Took a tower without any resistance. The Viper tanked all the damage. Gonna use his regeneration rune and is all hail and hearty to go for that one. Now looking for the racks, just retreated to a short distance and come back up to put pressure on the racks over there. Frenzy really needs to put in a lot more effort. He has his blink as well as the Yasha, and he needs a good positioning from the Enigma, which could, oh, that's an ultimate from a Viper. He has his Aghanim Scepter, not an issue. Enigma, he's very low right now, and the corrosive skin, he's gonna live through it. Meanwhile, NB taking one racks because they had the chance. The Enigma was very low. There's no way he could land a black hole. He probably, even if he did, the creeps would take care of him. If he didn't take every one of them, literally every one of them in the black hole, he would have died easily. He just had 17 HP, and that's not something you can boost off. Another ultimate from the Viper. It's a beautiful blink in from the Templar. The initiation comes in from the Spirit Breaker. Ultimate on the Tusker. On the Dazzle. Oh my god, I missed that one. And he's gonna get frozen now out of his place. Is a BKB from the Gyrocopter. Just making sure the Enigma dies there without using the black hole. Double kill for the Gyrocopter. It's almost over for Team Elunes right here. Middle Drax is gonna fall as well, and I think there's no scope for them. The Enigma doesn't have a buyback. Nope, he doesn't. There's Templar, there's Earthshaker, not much they can do. It's 27 minutes and things are already looking bleak for them. Bottom racks, mid racks fall, and so will the bottom racks. 22-8 right now, and Neckbreak are really dominating in this game. Traps coming in from the temp are not going to help much. Enigma is right out here. Echo Slam from the Earthshaker, not dealing a lot of damage. Is it now? Enigma is ready with his black hole. Will we see? So black hole, 3-man black hole coming in, and there's a Gyrocopter ultimate as well, but it's going to be from the opposite team. So Enigma is going to fall. We haven't got like the double kill. Even a 3-man black hole did come in. It came in late, and GG, well played is the call. Neckbreak are proceeding to the finals of Rage Quit Cup Season 3, where they will be competing for the first place as well as a prize pool of 1,25,000. The commentary box is Zach7 with you guys. Thank you for tuning in, and hope to catch you in the next game.
I really like the way they're trying to make it more professional.
Thanks to the monitor, I mean, her eyes are getting more comfortable.